Hello everybody, it's Bourbon Bill, and tonight, a very special episode. We're diving into one of my favorite pastimes, double-blind tastings, brought to us by O'Sheen. Thank you, O'Sheen, or OH, as he's effectively known, a longtime supporter of this channel. Thank you, sir, for sending this, and like last time, he sent printed instructions. What a guy. What a guy. I can't wait for this. There are a few rules. You'll need a pen or pencil. Golden pen. You must answer all nosing questions prior to tasting. Well, don't know how strong the nose is these days. There are 50 points total, 10 points per sample. 5 for nosing and 5 for tasting. Some questions are worth more points than others. Enough effing rules. Have a warm-up pour? Check, did that. So, my wife is not here tonight to help out. I know, very sad. Rita does usually a fantastic job, but not tonight. We're on our own. So I got my non-sponsored Deer Park water to help us through, and then samples 1 through 5 and the colored Glencairns to make it easier for you to follow along. Alright, sample 1. In the red Glencairn here is sample 1. We'll give it a swirl just to release the aromas. Nosing question, name the type of whiskey, bourbon, rye, or American. Son of a bitch, I don't even know. God, it smells delicious though. Smells woody, almost like it's a double oaked product. A lot of wood going on here. I'm gonna guess it is a bourbon. I do not detect any rye. We're gonna circle with the gold pen, bourbon. Is this finished? Well, yes, I believe it is double oaked. What is the proof of this whiskey? I better see if I can get my nose in there real deep to see if it singes anything. I'm not getting a lot of fumes on this. By the way, the nose on this bad boy is like all just nice, deep wood. Some caramel. Hint of fruit on here as well. I'm going to say proof is 107. Alright, tasting questions for sample 1. Let's give it a taste. Oh, sweet heavens, that's delicious! Tons of that wood oak that I noticed before. Proof, I think, is definitely higher than 107. I think I really messed that up on the nosing. Let's take one more sip. Man, that's good. It's sweet. A lot of like toasted double oak notes in there, like just oak and char on top of like just some caramel vanillas, you know, your typical profile. Is this finished? Yes, after tasting it. If finished, what cask was this whiskey finish in? Damn. Well now uh-oh, there's a cask involved. We're going with white American oak. Or to be less specific, oak. What is the proof? Oh, I don't know. I said 107. I think it's 118-ish. We're going to go with 115. And that's it for sample 1. Sample number 2 in the gold. You know, it smells like Elijah Craig barrel proof right off the nose. I get that like hint of Sharpie with a good bit of oak. So, nosing question 1, is this above 120? Yes. I believe it is. Is this finished? No, I do not believe it's finished. How old is this whiskey? Well, there's where he might have gotten us. All the Elijah Craig barrel proofs are 12-year-old, the batches, but the single barrels could be anywhere from 9 to 11. And I'm not getting a ton of oak. 8 years. Alright, on to the tasting. Oh, that's good. She's definitely above 120, though. I think. You know, we're fairly confident on that answer. I don't think it's Elijah Craig barrel proof, though, now that I've tasted it. One more. Name the type of whiskey. It is bourbon. Is it finished? No, I don't think so. What is the proof? We're going to go with 124. Just a guess. I don't know. Could be more. Alright. Quick water break here. Sample number trace. That's 3 for those of us in English. Quick swirl here. Now this smells different. It smells very creamy, like condensed milk poured over a waffle. There you go. Ooh, and it singes the nostrils. The proof is high. Very sweet. This is all just caramel for days. Just caramel. On the nose, is this bourbon, rye, or American? I'm going American because I believe there's a little bit of light whiskey in here, perhaps. Or it's finished. Next question is it finished? God, it's finished in like butter casks, if that's a thing. Holy hell, is this a stick of Land O'Lakes? God. Alright, I'm going to say it's not finished, though. We could be wrong there. How old is this whiskey? Well, here's the thing. Light whiskey can smell like cream of corn and butter and be like 20 years old. Damn. It is unique. I've never smelled anything this buttery. And it is it's like a salted butter. How old is this whiskey? We're going to go with 13 years, because I think it's light whiskey. Let's take a sip. Good Lord. Oh! That's like sucking on a stick of butter. Man, that's good. It's like salted butter and caramel and vanilla for days. That's it. No other notes present. Wow, is that good. Is it finished? I don't think so. I think this is some sort of light whiskey mix. If finished, what cask is it finished in? Butter. We're going to put down butter cask. What is the proof on this whiskey? I'm going to go with... See, light whiskey is usually pretty hot. This smells hotter than it tasted, though. We're going to go with 135. Didn't drink that hot, but sometimes they can be very deceptive on the proof. I'm feeling very confident that's a light whiskey. So, age-wise, I'm going to bump that up. I'm going to go 15 on the age. Oh, I guess I can't. That was a nosing question. Look at me being so honest with no one here to even... I could have cut that out and no one would have known. Number 4. Now this smells odd. This is like, oh, Sheen, do you always have to put... I feel like you put some kind of weird, shitty Scotch or Irish stuff in here. You couldn't help yourself. Couldn't help yourself. This smells like it's going to taste bad. That's what it smells like. I think this is some sort of Scotch or Irish on the nose. So it says bourbon rye or American. Well, I'll tell you what, it's not a good bourbon, if that's what it is. There's like a weird, smoky, Scotch-esque note to it here. And not that good, like, barbecue smoke. There's like that shitty peat smoke. Just doesn't smell pleasant. Because of that, we're going to go with American. Because it could be some sort of American single malt. What is the proof of this whiskey? Well, knowing that stuff, that's usually lighter. But American single malts could be pretty high. That being said, I'm getting hardly any burn on this. We're going to go with 97 proof. No, we're going to go with, I lied. We're going to go with 93 proof. 93 proof. How old is this whiskey? Well, good Lord, who knows? Scotch or Irish stuff can be aged for, you know, decades and still taste like garbage. I'm going to go with like 15 years. That seems ridiculous, doesn't it? I'm going to go with 11 years. Alright. Tasting it. Let's give it a taste. Oh, yeah, that's terrible. If that's a bourbon or a rye, whoever made that should go out of business. Good Lord. That's a shitty Scotch and Irish whiskey taste. That's definitely American. Name the state of distillation, not the United States. Good Lord. That could be any state. I guess it's got to be bourbon rye or American. I think that's like some sort of American single malt. I do not like malt whiskey. Let's go with like Washington. The people out there are crazy. They're like California. We'll go with Washington. What's the proof? I guess I gotta taste it again and get the proof. Good Lord. The proof's higher than I thought. I think it's about 110. Ugh. That could be a rye even, but it's a terrible rye. There's always one turd hiding in these blinds. I'll tell you what. Watch that be like the most expensive one up here tonight. Alright. Last but certainly not least, it's glass number 5. Here in the black, we'll give this one a quick swirl. Oh, we're back to something palatable. On the nose, bourbon rye or American. Well, look, I bet one of these was a rye, and it could have been that one that I thought was a Scotch or Irish. I don't think this is a rye. Proof, we're going to do 117. Age, we're going to do 7. Doesn't smell particularly old here. You know what? I think this could be a rye. I'm going to mark down rye. Alright, let's give it a tasting. It's hot. You know, I'm on the fence or not whether I enjoy that, quite honestly. Let's take one more sip here. I think it's a bourbon. Proof, I'm going with 130. She is a spicy gal, as they say. Is this finished? Could be. I'm not real good on the finishes. I don't think it's finished. There we go. I don't think that was particularly old either. So I think my nosing was spot on. Son of a monkey's uncle. Rank these samples in your worst to best order. Worst, number 4. Straight poo. Other than that, I'm going to have to go back through these. My favorite of the night was 2. Least favorite was number 4. There you go. So, best to worst is 2, 3, 1, 5, 4. Tiebreaker question number 1. What is the theme of this American whiskey blind flight? They might have all been American whiskey. Isn't that going to bite me in the ass? The theme is going to be, I bet the theme is young American whiskey. I don't think any of this was that old. That's the key. Young. We're going to call it young. And then from low to high in terms of proof. I don't know if that's the theme. That doesn't even count, but that's what we're going with. Samples 4 and 5 are from the same distillery. Name it. Well, I'll tell you what. Whatever that distillery is, Bourbon Bill is not buying from it. That shit's garbage. I hated number 4. Hated it. Number 5 I was on the fence about, but also ended up disliking it a little bit. Distillery. What distillery is that from? Let's just say Middle West. I don't know. I do not know. Alright, let's get out the old answer key. Oh my god! We did terrible on this. 29 out of a potential 50. That's right. Bourbon Bill did greater than 50% on this double blind. Thank you, Sheen, for this blind flight. It was quite fun to drink through. We didn't do too bad on a couple samples, but we fell apart on the Old Nashville Barrel Company, which, you know, consumer pocketbook alert, they're pretty damn expensive, and I didn't think either were that good. That's just my palate. But if you like my palate, I don't know if those are really for me. So if you like what we saw tonight, please like, comment, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.